Yo.
Hello. Welcome to the 43rd episode of, I don't know why I put the accent on. What up, y'all? Welcome to the Longhouse Gaming Podcast. I'm BLAQQ SKELLINGTON. I'm here with Supernova and our boy, the man himself, Mr. Gamzly. What's up, Gamzly?
Gamzly? Who?
Oh, what?
Gamzly? That guy?
Mm-hmm.
No, there's no Gamzly here.
No Yamsley?
No. I don't even know what he says. I can't imitate him. It's right. Gamzly, baby. I'm back. Let's go. How are you guys?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Good to hear that.
We have a show, guys. We have a show. Vikings in my basement. I got them locked up somewhere at least.
Oh my God. As y'all can see, Mr. Viking is out today and Mr. Gamzly will be taking his place instead. So I can't wait to get his takes on everything we're talking about. We have 38 people in here watching right now. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Before I start, I just want to say, I think we're halfway to our goal for the charity. I think I saw that. So
yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody. Thank y'all very much. That all goes to them. We're halfway there. They are already able to get good stuff. So everybody who donated for that, thank y'all very much. It all goes to a good cause to our local Boys and Girls Club. But I think we start the jam sesh. No?
Yes, sir. That sounds about right to me, sir.
I guess
what do I do with the jams? What do I do here?
You see, Gamzly, he got the shades on. You got the shades. You halfway there. You know what I'm saying? Let's
go.
You bob your head. You can move your shoulders. You can do whatever you want to do, man.
However you feel, get ready.
Smack my lips. Yeah. Like that?
Yeah! What up? We got shit to talk about. Yeah, I'm screaming. Yeah, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm screaming. Xbox is giving us heat. When I say heat, I mean fire. That's what we're going to be talking about. First up, Xbox Showcase coming up. Can't wait. You know they're giving us heat. Please stop. Can I have some more? Stop. Please stop. They're giving us more and more and more and more and more. I love it. And with that, Bethesda is on top. Y'all can't stop talking about Fallout. But that boy Howard is doing his thing. He got stuff to say. He got stuff dropping. I love Fallout too. Hey, what can I say? Bethesda's booming. They booming. And then, you know, Nintendo, it's a me, a Mario. No, it's a me, a Switch 2. Coming soon. Got some specs, got some details. Love it. Leaks. Give me all the leaks. Give me the leaks. But we might as well talk about Square Enix. Needs money. Square Enix is down. They struggling. You see what they move. Nothing's going like they want. Shit is spooky. And you know that Power World got a little update coming out. Pokemon with guns. Gotta shoot them all. That's what they say. That's what we doing. And that's what we talking about in the Longhouse Gaming Podcast. I love y'all. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It'd be heat, though.
Yeah. Wow. That was something. That was really something.
Love it, man.
A little unorthodox today. That's how it's going to be today. We wish Viking was here. He's not, so I will be doing a little bit of hosting today.
I'm here. What do you mean?
You are. There he is.
Yeah. I'm here.
Some would say that he's still blowing the horn to this day. You know what I'm saying? I can still hear some of the echoes.
I got my horn right here. Look, I just got it right here. Hold on.
Let's try it out real quick, Gamzly. Let me see.
Hold on. Wait. Let me just smack my lips. Hold on. Wait. Wait. You ready? Test drive. Wait.
Yep. Yo. Yo, right? That's kind of close.
Hey, dude.
I'm back. Who needs Viking? You know what I mean?
We definitely do, man.
We
But
do
shout out
need
to Black
Viking.
Viking, man, for sure.
Yeah, we'll
All love.
back. So basically, how we started off every show with the been playing, been watching. Gamzly, I'll start with you. What have you been playing and watching?
Okay, well, Jesus, a lot of stuff, dude. I'm on that X-Men 97 train right now. I'm riding that all the way, man. What they did to Magneto too, I just no spoilers, right? We're not going to talk
No
spoiler talks
spoilers,
here,
please. As much as you can.
but like, do we know it's a can I say it's a continuation of sorts of the original? Can I say that? Well, I'm saying it, you know.
I feel like we said that a multitude of
think
times on the show
Okay.
already. So,
Okay,
yeah,
I can
that's
say that.
already
All right. So
yeah.
it's a continuation of where they left off in the original, like, you know, TV series, and to see the payoff of some stuff and the setup of some stuff and the lead up to some certain things. It's just been incredible, man. It's been hitting me in the face with some nostalgia. I'm just in love with that show, dude. Like, have you both seen it all the way through?
I haven't seen it all the way through.
Oh, you got to do it, man.
Yeah. I'm only on episode 1. I'm really bad about like binging or sticking with shows. I'm real squirrel like. I'm like, oh, another show? Let me watch one episode of that. And I'll be like, oh, this is dope. And then I'll just think of something else and go watch that. So it's real bad.
Oh man, you got to stick with it. It's not that long at the moment. The episodes are really sweet and precise, so you'll get a lot out of that. So I'm on that. I'm also on the 3-body problem right now. That one is a shocking. That one's a shocking show because I come from the books, and usually I'm not a book snob. And I really got shocked on what they actually did with the setting and the people they choose to put in there. I'm not going to get political or anything like that. I'm going to leave that for other people. But it shocked me a little bit because I was such a huge fan of the original like dynamic of the main characters and all that stuff and how they interact with that world and where they are set. So
is it
I've been really
well
enjoying
at all as far as the books go? Like, is it giving you what you need, or
yeah. No, oh man, the plot and the themes and what's going on, it's all intriguing. It grabs you. It like really does glue you to the screen, and it's nice. But I'm enjoying it. My girlfriend and I bonded on it. We read books together. I know that's weird. That's weird. But
that's dope.
We read yeah, it's as our little dates, you know, we read out loud, we choose a book and we just read to each other, and it becomes like a book club type of thing. And this is the book that we first read together.
Oh, wow.
So I have an attachment to it. So yeah, I see the flaws, and it's kind of off-putting at first, but I'm enjoying every single bit of it. It's not a knock to it at all. So yeah, go watch that if you haven't. Have you guys watched it?
Yep.
Yeah, we finished that one.
Oh man, isn't it crazy cool?
It's
oh my goodness.
The effect.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you like how like the shocking. It's a bad shocking at this point, you know, in comparison to the books. I'm guessing, right?
Well, no, it's just you know, I think the writers came out and the writer himself he's a very big acclaimed Chinese writer, and it was all it's all set in China. Like you don't go to London. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So again, I won't go deep into that politically, but it shook me there because all of a sudden it's all London stuff. Like, whoa, well, this is
that's
shocking.
probably why when we discussed it last time, like there was a lot of people in the chat was like, hey, have you checked out the Chinese version? You know what I mean? It's probably because of that.
Well, because they do have an actual Chinese, like they did a adaptation in Chinese. Like they have a 3-body Chinese show. And to westernize it, they had like, you know, the Game of Thrones. Is it Game of Thrones, guys? If I remember correctly, who was it? Who's making the 3-body problem?
I'm not sure.
Anyways, so they tried to westernize it a little bit more, and they got this incredible cast and incredible set design and writers and all that stuff to do the show, which I have no problem with. It's just at first it's very shocking because you're like, oh, wait a second. Like in the book, those 4 characters, you guys know, spoiler alert, it's supposed to be just one dude. So they very cleverly stretched out his character in 4 different ways, and it's very clever in that way. Yeah.
Because that would be a
So,
lot of things to go through for one character. To be honest, it'd be really long.
yeah.
So they had to probably find a way to do the plot like at the same time in parallel.
Very cool stuff. Again, it's supposed to be like one dude and the cop, and then everything around it. You get it? But they split that up into.
I would actually like to see that
stories.
though. I'd like to see a one-person version of that as well. That's cool.
Yeah, it's very different, right? You get that one person perspective. For instance, I won't go too deep, but it really did have a more foreboding, very lonely vibe in the book, because it's about this, the guy that makes the fiber, for the boat in that boat scene. Yeah. So it's just about him and his tech there, and it follows him and a few other characters, but that's it. He's the one device, throughout the first book. It's very cool what they did. But again, it's off-putting at first. You're like, wait a sec.
Right.
Where are we? Yeah. Incredible stuff. So yeah, the chat's saying Game of Thrones, guys. So yeah, that's why it's so freaking good, man. It's incredible. So I've been doing that, and obviously I've been on my 100 Heroes bag, and I've been playing the Crab's Treasure. I've been playing Have a Nice Death on Game Pass. I've been playing Manor Lords. I'm everywhere, man. I'm just having a blast. Gaming is cool, guys.
Gaming is cool. That Manor Lords has been good. I've been seeing it all around. Like, it's been there's something about the Steam wish list. Like, it's booming right now. People are loving it, I think.
It's all Gucci. You know what I mean? Oh, wait a second. Did I get that right?
Clean.
Sorry, it's really sunny out. But yeah, it's really good time to be a gamer. How about you guys? Give me some stuff.
Yeah, what you been doing, Nova? Let's know.
Man, but first and foremost, man, I do want to give a shout out to Gamzly. He has the shield behind him and everything, bro. I just noticed. I'm a little slow today, chat. Sorry about that, but that
you just noticed
hilarious, dude.
I even started like this.
Bro, he got the whole shebang. He said, I came with the horn, the shield, everything I need to do what I need to do, man. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
But,
my pleasure.
But no, man. Yeah, it's dope. What I've been watching, not too much lately, but I have fell into a random show. My girl and I have been trying to look for something to binge, because it's trying to trap lightning in a bottle with it when it comes to showing me binging. And Three Body Problem was that guy for me. You know what I'm saying? We had to watch that. But we just turned on this weekend Hello Tomorrow on Apple TV Plus. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I think so. In the little trailer, I'm not going to say too much about it, but the thing that initially drawn me to it was like it has like a future past type of aesthetic, similar to like with Fallout, So like I really enjoy stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, this would be something to get the brain juices flowing. So
I think I have like, and it's like they're a little bit more futuristic than they should be, type of thing. Like they're it's like a little more, I
think the name of this again. What's the name?
Hello Tomorrow. It's on Apple TV Plus.
Oh.
But it has that 70s aesthetic, essentially, like suits and all that, old school cars. And I think I watched like an episode or two. I didn't get too far into it though, but it's Apple TV, so I'm with it.
Exactly. And that's what kind of sold it. Oh man, that's what I was gonna say. Like that's what sold it for me. Apple TV very rarely misses. I can't think of a show that is just like bad. Like I can't think of it, man. So that's turning out to be super fire. But as far as let me see, I feel like there's something else that I've been watching, man. Like one more show. But I digress. But anyway, as far as video games, man, this past weekend and coming off of the weekend, I was setting up a Minecraft server for me and my little ladies, man. My oldest one is about to go off to college soon. And I know it's crazy to say that, how long it's been, Skell. So she's going off to college soon, and the one thing she wants to have is she wants us to throw together a Minecraft server. So I've been working on, I bought the server and adding the bajillion mods onto that thing because she's like,
why not?
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something for us, me, her, sister, any other family and friends that want to hop on and just kick it and just play and stuff. Hop on Discord and just something to do. But this whole weekend was a collage of me trying to just figure out how to get all of these, these mods to work nicely together, restarting the server, all that good stuff. And, I'm a decently technical person, and it still was kicking my ass too. So,
damn.
So more to come tomorrow on that front. And that's about it, man. So just doing
I wasn't
more
on
of that.
here. I wasn't on here for the whole like Fallout craze stuff. Have you been jumping into Fallout?
I watched it for sure.
Yeah, I watched the whole show.
Is like the games. Have you been like modding some of their games, or are you staying away from them?
So personally, I have never really been like a fan of those particular types of games. Ooh. But the Fallout show for me is like piquing my interest. It's like, oh, okay, this is the world that I'm missing out on. So it's making me want to find a Fallout to kind of start dipping my toe in, just give it a try. But what about you, man?
Me?
Yeah, big Fallout mod type of guy. Or you said, yeah.
Listen. Listen. That's what he says, right? Listen.
He says
Fallout. Amazing. Fallout's amazing. I've been in my Fallout right now. It's Fallout 3 bag, and I'm not modding it. I modded Fallout 4 a ton. I have, let me see this quick stat. My Steam is open. It's funny. 488 hours on Fallout 4. And in Fallout 4, the entire Fallout 3 campaign is moddable in there. So I just modded the crap out of Fallout 4. I played a ton of Fallout 4. I went back to 3 because I'm trying to re-experience that, because at that time I was heavily gaming with my brother. I game with him all the time. We do it to bond and get our head off things. So I've been playing that. I was like a passenger at that time when Fallout 3 came out. We shared one console and one gamer tag, so I would like pop out beside him, watch him play, then I pick up the controller, play, he picks up and play. And now I'm like experiencing it in its original glory alone. So that's an experience, and it's really cool to feel the vibe. Those games still stand up today, man. They don't, I don't need to mod them. I don't need a 60 frame patch. They have a charm looking like that and feeling like that. So I've been enjoying that. Yeah, I'm hard into Fallout at the moment. I love Fallout.
Yeah, to be honest. Oh, what were you gonna say, Skell?
I would say I haven't even gotten into Fallout again since everything's been dropping. I've played the shit out of those games already, except for 76. I played shit ton of those games, like so many hours.
Thinking about 76?
I have been thinking. I have been thinking about it. I've been thinking about 4 because when I originally played 3 and 4, I played on console, 30 frames, basic, the game, which is fine. It's perfect. It's good. But now I can do like a little more. So I'm curious about just going and just seeing more. It'll feel like a different game, honestly. But 76, I haven't touched. So if I was to get into one, it would be 76. Yeah.
I actually have a challenge because we have on the series podcast, we have our Discord group that I convinced to play some Fallout 76. I truly, when it came out, I really did enjoy what they were trying to do, and I was in the heavy minority there. I was the one that played that for like 78 hours. I loved the thread they were dragging you along. Like the story was, their vision for that was like, you're the players, you're the vault dwellers, go create your community, either being rude, kill people, be mean, whatever, set traps for people, be an asshole kind of thing. I dug that. There was no NPCs, there was robots like slowly planting seeds of the story, and you really did have to go off the environment storytelling and really read if you wanted any interaction with like the lore and what is happening. So it really did feel lonely and empty. I liked that. So I really did like thrive on it and played it. So I really did, when this started to get hype again, I really did sell people on the fact, yo, play it, try it, give it a try. No harm done if you don't like it. Just for an experiment to see what people thought. And it seems, still split. I know a guy that picked it up, played it for like 100 hours, and I was like, I freaking hate this game. But another guy was like, yo, you know what? It's actually really awesome. They added NPCs that actually have different storylines and threads, and choice and consequence were added, because that wasn't really added in the beginning of the game lifespan. So the DLC really does a good job in kind of it, making it feel like an old school Skyrim Fallout game. So give it a shot, Skell. Like, give it a shot, and I'm curious to hear what you think about it, because I there's something there to enjoy, man. There is really something there to enjoy.
See, I had touched it when it first dropped, and I'm in the majority, so I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I
don't blame you.
76?
76, yeah, the online.
Yeah. And that's just because it's an MMO. So it's just like, it just, when you think of MMO, you think it's full, you think crowded. This was open, empty, like, and that was fine. But now they've populated it, and it's just running better. It's just a better game in general. So I am curious. I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yo, do it with a buddy. Like, grab Nova over here, grab him. Be like, listen, let's go and play that game, because there's something to enjoy. It is very authentic Fallout in the way that it presents itself and its environments. So I think you could find something good there.
I believe, man.
That's dope. Because I made you never know. Like, I may, because I'm looking for one to hop into too. Right now, currently, New Vegas is the first in line, but I've been seeing a lot of people on 76 too, and me and Skell, we've been known to hop into a game together on a time or two. So maybe
do it, man. Do it.
I would definitely do New Vegas before any of them, or 4 or 3 before 76, because they are just so good.
Yeah. New Vegas, like, that's why it's so amazing. Like, Fallout's so amazing because you have like these games that are so close together lore wise, but feel distinctly different. Fallout 3 to 76, they all feel different. And Vegas is in the, like, Obsidian were in their bag with that thing. Like, it's very Obsidian storytelling. It's very distinct Obsidian, and they're great. They're a great studio. But here's where I caution with New Vegas. I caution with it because if you saw the Fallout, show, and you're seeing the teases, and with that, like, telephone thing, like that number going around teasing in 33 weeks, they're going to have an announcement or something that lands like right before Game Awards. So whatever they're planning, and taking the ending in consideration with Fallout, I'm not going to spoil it, but you would probably bet on maybe a remaster of New Vegas. So maybe hold off. It's either a New Vegas thing or maybe a Fallout 3 thing. I don't know. I'd be skeptical to pick it up right now as it is right now, because it is choppy. It is a little bit floaty without modding. If you mod, go ahead and mod it. It has 60 FPS and everything. But if you don't mod, I would hold back, go play 4 and 76.
4 and 3 too. They're all good.
3 has a charm.
Good. So wait, it's on me, right? What have I been playing and stuff? Yeah. As far as playing, I played the Crab's Treasure, little Dark Souls like, not bad. It got me to a breaking point almost. I was getting upset because I got lost. I was doing that
where?
Just at the beginning. I just couldn't find where to go. And then
follow the crumbs.
Yes, bro.
There's candy on the floor. It's like, follow this road, and you're like, no, I'm going over there.
Yeah, I just get lost. I don't know. Like the obvious path always just seems too obvious. I'm like, no, okay, it can't be that way. But cool game though, and I like it because the first time I saw that game was during the Switch showcase, honestly, and it was looking like 30 frames. I was like, I still want to play. It looks cool. Crab Dark Souls like game, that looks cool. So then it came out on Game Pass, and I was like, oh, this is running at 60 plus frames. Oh, this looks good, actually. And it looks good, sounds good, music good. It's a cool little game, man. It's on Game Pass. Like, can't beat the game.
Stick it out, because the first area is tutorial, right? So they do tell you where to go, but as soon as the first boss is done, like the actual first boss, when you go to the new kind of section, it's very fun. It's nice. Just go check it out.
That's where I'm at. That was the last thing I did. I think I beat the first real boss, and now stop playing. So like now when I boot it up, I should be good to go. Bosses are solid though. I will say it's a little easier than other Dark Souls. What's that?
Mm-hmm. Wasn't she fun to beat?
Yeah.
Like it was, yeah.
Really fun game, man. I thought that was cool. So that, been playing Valorant, of course, getting very toxic games. You know how that goes. And I'm not gonna lie, man. This Jedi Survivor is really all I've been playing, dude. I am not lying. Like this game is so fucking good, man. I can like I'm hooked. I'm hooked right now. Look, dude, if you're any person who even likes Star Wars and you play games, this is a must play. It's a must play. Must play.
Sell it. Please sell it more. Keep going.
May the 4th be with us all.
Oh, yeah.
May the 4th I always like
4 days.
But,
listen.
Dude, it's
you play Jedi. Of course. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, my God. I played it. I'm going to let you speak because I could talk like 6 hours about Jedi and Star Wars.
I'm a fan of Star Wars, but I'm not hardcore, but I know a good tidbits. I can only imagine if I knew a lot about Star Wars. You're getting filled with content. There's so much to do. The only thing they don't have on this game so far is the speed racing. And that's and that might be on the next game. Dude, right? It seems like they can do it. Why not?
In that one area, like the big starting area. Oh man.
Yeah. They give you everything in this game. Like it's giving me. I don't know what the reviews were because I think it was bad when they came out.
Reviewed high.
It reviewed high. It
reviewed high.
Because the only thing I heard about it really was that performance was bad. So that's why I avoided it at first. But it's good now, and that game has me in a chokehold, man. I'm going through all the lightsaber. I like customizing my lightsaber. It's just this is if you grew up wanting to be in a Star Wars universe, this is it. Like this is the best chance you're gonna get, I think.
It's like that, huh?
It's like that, yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh my God, Nova, man. It's great. It's so good. Like if you guys did you like the first game?
I did personally.
I was gonna ask that, like for a person who hasn't played the first game, can we just jump right into this?
I would say play the first person. Play
the first. Play the first because there's payoffs and all sorts of
It's a lot of story. It kicks up right. If you don't know what's going on, it won't mean much to you. And they're reoccurring characters too. So.
Yes.
Bad. Okay.
Yeah. Pick that up because guys, like this is no joke. Look, that we talk about a lot of like snuffs at the Game Awards, but this not even being anywhere near the nominations that year is blasphemous. It's so weird to me because it was in that weird time period where it couldn't get nominated, but it was able to be nominated the year after, right? And it just got forgotten and nobody cared, and it's just like that's too bad. That's a choice because that game was incredible.
I'm still like it just constantly gives me what I want, and it plays like a Metroidvania, an open world Metroidvania, because they have you go back to location, you have to get power ups and stuff. Like it's giving me everything I want. That's all
Souls like it's like Souls light. I would say light. Not like.
Yeah.
It's Souls light, and it's just so satisfying. And like you said, the Metroidvania aspects of the first game were very confusing sometimes. The map was annoying. You know, you never really truly knew where to go. It got a little annoying, and that was kind of the worst part about the first game. But in the second game, they just improved the map. They improved everything. All the bad stuff, they're like, this is great, but also performance sucks. But this is all great. This is all great otherwise. But yeah, go play that game, Nova, if you can.
He has an animation where, for one, you can customize his character. You can customize the main character. So I put like a beard on him to make it look like he's aged and stuff like that. And not only that, bro, like the animations are so crispy. When he's normally running, you'll see him just like wipe sweat off. You'll see him like shake his wrist a little bit, like stretching it out as he's running, just so naturally. And not only that, I am not ever getting tired of hearing that lightsaber boot up when it goes when it out in. I love both. I love
out and in, baby.
Moment.
Pause.
I love every that sound. Literally does not get old. Like deflecting, and the droids are hilarious.
Yo, Yo, they call back what I love about this game is they call back everything very right. Like the droids, what you're talking about, the droids being there, the to the clash of the lightsabers. I man, don't get me started. I loved it. I loved it all.
Yeah. So
Arguably the best thing about Obi-Wan TV series was like the lightsaber clashing and all that stuff. This reminded me so much of that. Anyway, it's great.
It's amazing, man. And you get to just picking your own color of lightsaber is just I could go on and on, but that's what I've been playing, and that's what's been putting me in a choke hold. But I want to say we have about 200 people in here watching. If you're watching on Twitch, hop over to the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Hop in the chat, give a little like and subscribe. We appreciate all that. We want to say all donations go to charity for our local Boys and Girls Club. We're about halfway there to our $6,000 goal. So first, thank you guys very much for that. We love you guys, man. We can't look at what's on Game Pass right now. They're gonna get to play all that stuff. They're gonna get to play so much. So I guess we'll get into the next topic, or the first topic, I should say, which is the Xbox Showcase coming up. So mark your calendars. The Xbox Game Showcase will be live streamed on June 9th, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I think we're all pretty geeked about it. I mean, I am personally. Xbox has been bringing so much heat this year. I've been feeling spoiled by gaming as far as it is now. I guess we'll just start just there. Gamzly, what do you think? Anything you're expecting, wanting? Talk to me.
Listen. It's all Gucci. Okay, for the second time, I'm sorry. I have to do it whenever I can. Whenever you shout me out, I have to do it. There's man, we're Xbox fans are in a weird spot right now. All of us, whether you're a fanboy or just like a normal person that likes Xbox, we're in a weird spot where we think that Xbox is on like a downward spiral and all that doom stuff. But man, look at the IPs that Xbox owns right now. Look at the landscape that they're in right now. They're about to level the playing field with sheer volume and business ideas of the entire industry. The entire industry is in a place of thought of like growth. They want growth. They're going to start popping up to every platform. So imagine when all these third parties start being like, we want to be everywhere. At a time that Xbox is popping off with this showcase where they're about to drop like 10 games. Yo, they're about to drop Call of Duty. They're about to drop Gear 6, apparently, right? Because that's where, that's rumors, but Tom Warren and these big guys are posting that Gear 6 will be there. There's Gear 6. They have Avowed on the horizon. They have Indiana Jones. They have, my God, they have so much to show. That just those 4 games is a landslide if you're looking across the street, right? Across the street in Nintendo Land and PlayStation Land, your competitors have kind of a slow year of content. And you're just about to pound them with like everything you got that's been in development for like 5-6 years. It's about to be glorious. Not to fanboy or fan war. It's about to be glorious, especially if they could snatch some third-party stuff and get some partnerships going. Not exclusive partnerships, because that's what the industry is going away from. That people want to be in every platform. So just imagine like what Square has coming, maybe. Or like Capcom, or it's just a good time to be excited about a showcase in a long time. So I'm super ready. The question I have, and I want to see, like the question I have is, how far do we think a Gear 6 is if they show it here? Do we think that they show Gear 6 here and it's out next year?
I don't think. When does GTA 6 come out?
GTA 6 comes out next year.
I don't think next year.
You think they dodge it?
I think they dodge it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that it'll come out a little bit further ahead because we haven't heard anything about it. I would be highly surprised that it just like we hear something right now and it drops in a year. Like that would be crazy. But I, as a fan, I would definitely love to play it though. You know, if that does happen.
Oh my god! Imagine next console like 2026, Gears 6.
Exactly. On the box. That's what I'm thinking. It's like they just kick it out. I would prefer that anyway. Is just kick it out with the next gen. Do some remaster collection type thing to get hold us over, whoever wants to play that. And then next gen, just hit them with it.
You're gonna have Call of Duty and Game Pass. You're gonna have Gears 6. You're gonna have an Indiana Jones that might have popped off. You're gonna have Avowed Fable, like maybe. Yeah. So. I don't know, man. We're about to get smashed with games. I'm ready.
And the imagery would be crazy too. Think about it. It's a 2026, and you have the Gear 6, a special 6. You know what I mean? Man. And you get to introduce it.
It'll be crazy. Give me hot. Say that again.
It would be crazy. So first, you would get the 6 right, 2026. You know what I'm saying? And then you can have the 6, and you can take it and make it look like some coalition type stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you can have the identity play out through that, you feel me?
Yo, I'm just thinking and this is why I'm so excited and I find it weird and why I brought up that there's a low energy going on with Xbox at the moment because, man, as I'm talking about this showcase, I'm going to bring back the thing that I mentioned about maybe Fallout something being around the Game Awards. Yo, imagine having a presence of, let's say, a Fallout, a remaster or a spin-off or whatever, right? Imagine having that announcement near the showcase. We have Hellblade 2 coming up, right? Very soon. Depending on how that lands, it might get a nomination in Game Awards, right? We know that a hardware announcement is somewhere near the end of the year, which would be the Game Awards, because that's what they did before. So imagine being on that stage, right? Fallout's popping. They have Call of Duty coming out. They have a Gear 6 announcement this coming June or whatever. And they also show, let's say, a handheld with Call of Duty stamped on it in the nomination year of Hellblade 2.
Killing it.
Bro. Imagine? They just at one of the commercials or one of the big announcements is they do that Xbox Series X reveal trailer thing, but it's a freaking handheld and Call of Duty, somebody's playing Call of Duty on it. And then you have a Game Pass badge. And Hellblade 2 is in nominations, top 5. Yo,
it's looking
that's
good.
How you show. That's how you show up. But anyways, I'm getting into fantasy land, but I'm hyped. That's why I'm hyped. I'm like, man, there's so much opportunity.
Yeah. But that's what I feel like.
Third player to be strong.
Yeah, a lot of times this is where we should be, man. Because at the end of the day, we're all fans of video games. You know,
hell yeah.
I feel like oftentimes we get caught up with, we have to say the perfect thing and the right thing. It's man, we're all out here enjoying video games at the end of the day.
Hell yeah,
facts.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
What do you
all three people need to be healthy, and this is the first year I feel like Xbox can be healthy, right? Healthy on their own, healthy and grow the industry together. I think that's what they're aiming for, and I think we get that this year.
It seems like, especially because they're giving out after giving games out and they're thriving, they're just looking like the it guys or gals or them. It's just they're looking like them. It's hey. Can't hate them.
What are we getting? What surprise would get you hard off? The June showcase. What surprise are you looking forward to? I want a Square Enix game to show up.
Oh, well, I would love to have a Square Enix game too, but according to some of the other stuff, they're taking a little bit of hits, and we may get into this later. But they've been taking quite a few hits when it comes to games not being able to be released. So I would love to see it, but the chances of that could be potentially slim, but that would be dope, man. I would love to see that too. Obviously a Gear 6.
Yeah.
That's low hanging fruit right there. But
draft me from the heart. Yeah. What you want to see? Just Fantasyland. Anything's happening.
I would love to see all these they can announce that, hey, we have this new Call of Duty and it's going instantly into Game Pass. That would be great.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. That Gear 6 is on my mind now. I want Like to seeing that 2026 with Gear 6 would be crazy. To see. I don't like that would be at the very end of the show too, as a quick snip. Like that would be crazy. I think I just want more indie, man. I think I want more indie. I want to see more Star Wars Outlaws. And I know that's not like what indie is, but like I just want more. I want indie.
Yeah. Well, let me ask y'all this question. Like, how do y'all feel about like companies going like, hey, like we have this product coming out 2-3 years later? Like as a consumer, man, I hate when it's too far out. I be wanting it like right around the corner. How do y'all feel about it? Y'all still be super excited if it was to come out in 2026? If it's 2 years later, man.
Well, it's funny you say that because it used to almost be always like that, right? They used to be like, here's the game. It's been worked on for a while. We're showing it off. It gets attention from developers, and then developers flock to that project. It's almost like they're selling like devs, right? They're like, come work on this thing. But it turns out that it's like it's built, it's there. They just need testing. They need extra assets put out, and then 2 years later it would come out, right? It would be 1 year of hype, gameplay, blah 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 blah, and then boom, the next year after they would release a game. But nowadays, I'm with you. It's quite freaking disappointment. If they release the trailer now this year and it's like 2028, 2027, like some of the games they've announced, then that's like. I agree. I'd be disappointed, but 2026, I could feel it because I think that coincides with hypes in our mind of like new, like an early gen. Are they going to do an early gen? Are they going to release a new console? Is there a handheld, new hardware to support it? It would be quite a good like hype train to be on for that 2 years, if you know what I mean.
I agree, honestly. I do not like seeing trailers and seeing 2-3 years out of line. It's like, all right, bro, I'm going to forget about this. Remind me in 6 months. What is this? Like, and you're not even going to show me anything? No. But for this being in line with a next gen console or something like that, I could be hyped because I'm hyped about the game and what Xbox is doing in the future as well. And to see that coincide with it is hype. That would be hype. So I'd be okay, but it would also have to be at the very end of the show. You'd have to show me that late. I don't want to see anything that's coming out that's not this year. Pretty much, like I don't want to see shit that's not coming out like except for this year. But yeah, I agree. I'd be hyped. I'd still be pretty hyped with if it showed Gear 6 2026. I'd be hyped.
I will melt people's faces off if I see Fable gameplay. If I see Fable gameplay in the middle of the show, or like it kicks off with Fable, like pure Fable gameplay, and they're like, it's coming, I don't know, it's gonna go against freaking Grand Theft Auto. That's savage. But if it's coming next year or freaking somehow this year, I'd be like, I would melt people's face. That's my heart. That's my fantasy draft. Is that I want them to pop my face off with a Fable and make it all pure gameplay to kind of like get people off our backs finally. Be like, hey, look, this is Fable. Our team is great. It's going perfectly fine. And it's out, this year or Q1 next year or whatever the hell. That would be a nice pop for me. I need to see fireballs. I need to see knight armor. I need to see all that stuff. I need that.
We need some horns, some angels.
Horns. By the way, speaking of horns, you got 5 memberships, I think, somewhere.
Let me see what it is. Yes, sir. Spartan 661. Thank you very much for the 5 gifted. You know what to do.
Do I have to do this? Hold on.
Yes.
Wait.
but I did tell them in the chat though that we could ask, saying Black Viking when he come back, get him one for the next episode. But definitely go ahead, give it a go, Gamzly.
Stopping me right now from giving the people what they want?
No. You might have to double dip for them. That's all I'm saying.
Come on, look my horn over here, right? Am I pointing different? I can't see the screen. Oh, there. All right, you ready? All right. Hold on.
Yeah.
There you get it?
Yes.
For the kids.
Thank you. That's for the kids. Thank you, Spartan. We will make sure Viking get you an IOU as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he got y'all for that.
And let me go ahead and list out to who that went out to. That went to Roshan, Curry Cosmos. It's Timmy V2, E-Ranks, Sanchez, MTZ Gaming. All 5 of them. Some of them already said thank you, man. Appreciate you coming for that again, Spartan, man. Go to a big cause. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what else do we got to say about it? You know, like
I will say I will.
Thank you. Are you good? I'm sorry I cut you off.
Yeah. No, you're all right.
That's weird. Are you good with the chat? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
I think I will second what you said, and I want gameplay. I'll take everything I just said actually and take it away and give me gameplay. That's what I want. Yeah, out of whatever they show, I want gameplay. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, more specifically, I think I would just want to know, like, because I know I'm hype about the games coming out, but I think that this games going elsewhere thing, maybe, you know, hopefully, you know, we'll see if something's coming sooner or if something's coming elsewhere, you know, so who knows? And maybe we might get some price points for some of these games and some additional stuff for like you said, some of the games that we've been seeing, you know, previously, like the what's it? The Whip.
Indiana.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, no, you know, with that said, like if they, man, I just don't know if I live in a world where if they come out with all these games and they have Call of Duty on their Series X or a new console coming out and they bundle it and prices go to $99 per game and you have Game Pass beside you helping with that. I don't see a world where gamers actually just don't hop in that ecosystem. That's why I'm so excited for them. It's like, yo, you're going to have all these games. So all the games we mentioned, right? You have all those games in Game Pass. You're going to have a box that's affordable, maybe a box that's a pro, because maybe they go the hardware route where they make money on hardware as well. Maybe they give you choice. Maybe you get a handheld. Maybe you get a like a PC like experience with $1,000 one or whatever the hell. Please don't do that. But let's say they do, and then give you a standard, you know, competitive pricing with PlayStation and go $499 or whatever. I don't see the world where gamers don't slowly start to gain positive mind share about Xbox sooner than later. With all of that, just continuous pumping out games to the point where maybe one day they don't actually need to ship things to other platforms. Maybe they keep their flagships as close to the vest as they can, see the numbers and data with Call of Duty and what it does and what it pushes. And if they truly need to, they'll put a big title once every 3 years or something. But I truly don't think it's going to get to that point. I think they're just going to be they're gonna pivot a lot. They're gonna see the data. They're gonna sell when they need to, and then as they grow with that mind share, and as people slowly come back to the Xbox ecosystem, whether it's a console or PC, they hold back, like they hold those Xbox franchises very close to their heart, and they don't need to let them go. And I'm optimistic about that. I think they'll do that. I think they'll see the numbers.
Right. Yeah, because Game Pass, with the amount of games that they have in Game Pass, is tremendous, man. It's hard to pass up. Yeah, it's hard to pass up that. And you can go from a range from indie games all the way up to, you know, some really, really quality games, you know, and it's interesting. And this is how you know that we're in a amazing place when it comes to gaming. Every other day I log online, man, on Discord, I see Skell is playing a different game. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And every time he comes back, you know, he's like, hey man, I'm playing this new game, it's amazing, blah blah blah. And you know, and it's all because of Game Pass, man. Like they have so many solid games in there, no matter
even PS Plus, you know
has
some good
stuff. Yeah, here and there, for sure. You know, they have their own subscription stuff and things that they like to offer to their consumers as well. But like, I think that it's just the ease of use for Game Pass, man, the play anywhere thing. You know, they're really going for it, man. And I think the software as a service thing is definitely the future, and they have. If they don't have it already, they've already shown that they're not scared to start acquiring some people and start dropping some heat soon. So, shout out to them for sure.
Yeah,
Shout
hell yeah.
out to Game Pass. I guess we can move on to the next one unless you guys have anything else.
I have one more fantasy draft, if I
Yeah.
could. If you guys don't
Yeah,
have
what you
any
got?
fantasy picks, because I like playing with it. I I could imagine a world where Phil just knocks on the door of Activision Blizzard and is like, "Hey, we want Spyro for a second," and they give that to like Rare or something.
Okay.
You know, Spyro with a Rare, or maybe a Bandicoot with a Rare. Even though we know Spyro's going to Toys for Bob, whatever. I just want to live in a world where I see Rare make those platformers. You know,
I agree.
I want to live in that world somewhere. So hopefully we see Rare do a platformer one day.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I agree. For sure.
Legendary company, Rare, for sure.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong 64, all those big Rare games, man. That's what I'm saying. Nintendo, where is the Donkey Kong 64? Like, I don't
I know, right?
Like remaster. I don't understand. Like,
I know it seems so and In Exile with Fallout 1 and 2 remakes.
See, and that's the thing. I didn't even know about, like, Fallout 3 was my first introduction to Fallout, period. So when of course I was like, 3, where's the other ones? And it was like a different type. I would like to know how those went. Those should be available like in HD super type thing.
Hell yeah, man. And In Exile is the ones to do it because that's their lineage. That's they've all at one point, Obsidian, In Exile, all that stuff. They've made those type of games. And if you look at Wasteland 3, I mean, it's modeled after Fallout. These guys are the OG Black Spire or Black Rock guys, or anyways, Interplay Studios. Like, these guys were all working together on the same type of games for a very long time that weren't popular, but now they're popular again. So it's thanks to, shout out to the big guys like Obsidian and what's it called, Larian, for making like those games big again. Yeah, so that's another fantasy draft. I'm done.
Those are good drafts, man. Those are good drafts. I'm excited. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Spyro needs to be in the gaming world somewhere. Like, how is he not a prime mascot? I don't understand.
But I don't know, man. Like, that's how I felt about Final Fantasy VII too. Like, is this gonna be another instance to where I'm letting my childhood kind of dictate how I'm feeling about future release of games that I used to know and love? Is it gonna be one of them? Like, because
Spyro for old people.
Exactly. I would love for Spyro to drop and to be received very well. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're seeing what's happening in Final Fantasy VII these days. So, and that's a kick right in the childhood for me. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, but you know what? I think you have a point, but let yourself love, because I mean, we like to look at the numbers really with a magnifying glass, but the truth is that Rebirth and Remake and Spyro remasters and all this stuff, they were damn good games. So we want them to exist. Yeah, they were damn good games. They're popular. They have a fan base for a reason. And I think that Game Pass and Xbox existing makes it possible for those things to live and have a good quality to them. So let's do it, man. Let's see it.
I love it, man.
Awesome.
It's so good to be a gamer right now, man. I'm sorry, but this 2024 is so hot for games. We're about to get Hellblade this month, right? Isn't that it? It's getting crazy.
Yeah, wow. This. Let me see. Yeah, because I forgot when the actual release date was. My bad. Let me look it up. Chat, when is it coming out? What's the date?
Which one?
Chat. Hellblade.
Hellblade 2 is next month.
It's next month? I thought it was this month.
Yeah.
Well, we are at the very end of the month.
So wait. I was
sorry.
thinking it was May. I was thinking.
Sorry, I'm like one day off.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what it is.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's coming up.
Get this real quick. Hey, thank you, Gamzly. You're always amazing and appreciated. Armpit fart is always welcome.
Okay.
2 months. Paris, what up? They said they called me a madman. 5/22. That's the day. Yep.
Yeah. Seeing 21, 22. That
Paris.
Yeah, that's Paris.
Paris.
Shout out to Paris, man.
Oh, damn. Oh
Hope
man.
you're doing well. Hope everything's all right. All right. Any more drafts? No? Y'all good? Good to go?
I'm good. I got my heart out.
Yeah, shout out to the 263 people that's watching right now, man. If you haven't already, make your way over to YouTube and hit that like button, or if you're already here and checking us out, man, hit the like button, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Everything is appreciated. It's all for the kids as far as the donations go. We are halfway there, y'all. Halfway. Damn. Halfway.
You sounded like you had auto tune on for a second. You hear that?
No, it sounded good.
Mic issues. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next one. And basically, it's still about Bethesda and how hot it is. So
hell yeah.
Let me see. Bethesda right now cooking with gas. In a recent interview with Kind of Funny, Todd Howard dished latest updates on Starfield and Fallout. We all know Fallout is booming. Even if you don't play games, people know about Fallout, I think, just as being a genuine good show. So Bethesda is just, they loving themselves. I know they're just eating this. Just everything is working so good for them. So he talked at length about what's next for Starfield, including mods on console, a big upcoming update, and the Shattered Space expansion, which was confirmed pre-launch at the game. Wait, I messed that up. No, it was confirmed about a year ago is what they're saying, but that's when it also dropped. So I guess that's when they confirmed it as well. But anyway.
Yeah, they said it right away, yeah.
Yeah, they said we're going to have this coming out, yeah.
Good. So until now, we got no release or anything, but now they're saying that in June, we can expect the first revealing trailer for Shattered Space, which, if you listen to the last topic, that's the showcase. So we know at the showcase, we're getting some Starfield footage, and that will be gameplay. I know it. So
of course, yeah.
Gotta be. So I'll kick it to you guys. Start with you again, Mr. Gams. What do you think about
all right. This is exciting, and they announced it for fall, right? Shout out to Kind of Funny for getting that interview. It was really awesome. Go check that out because he says a lot of cool, interesting stuff. Yeah, it was a really good interview. Shattered Space, I think Todd said in fall. You could correct me if I'm wrong, but it has like a fall release time, I think.
Yes, it does. It said it's supposed to come out about a year after the release. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm ready for that stuff, dude. I love Starfield. I love Starfield so much. I love Bethesda. We tend to forget what some devs, like what goals some devs have and why their games feel the way they feel, and we forget that budgets and timing exists. Like they have to get something out at a specific time with a specific budget. And Bethesda prioritizes. What I found interesting is when he was asked the question, like, talk to us about the bugs and whatever. Todd responded with like, hey, if we think that a bug is, if something happens, a hiccup happens in the game, but it's not interfering with you. I don't want to misquote him, but this is what I took it. If it's not interfering with you and it's fun, we'll keep it there. It's like, it's part of that experience. If it's not breaking the game, we'll leave it there. We'll go, fix something else that really matters, a game-breaking bug or whatever. Right. And at the end of the day, it's player agency and choice that they prioritize, and they've said it consistently over and over again. Choice and agency, and what you do and how you explore and what stories you can create together. And sadly, it comes with hiccups. It comes with minor bug issues or big bug issues, or maybe it's not the cinematic experience you wanted to have, and maybe it doesn't look the way you want it to look, but that's their identity, and we sometimes forget that's what Bethesda does best. And Starfield is full of that DNA, and I loved it. I played it from start to finish. I played it again recently. They tend to have a very good main quest line time frame, like to complete the quest. It's always hovering about 25 hours, which I think is the sweet spot. You know how some RPGs like the the main quest could take you, just the main quest could take you 40 plus hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
I find
Definitely a
that
Final
Bethesda
Fantasy.
games have this, Bethesda games have this really, they thread that line of like easy to complete. There's a through line. If you want to do the through line, you could have your fun and run into funny things along the way and get it complete within 25 hours. But if you want to go do these other things like building ships and doing all this stuff, you can, and that's where the time extends and makes it bigger. And they just hit a really good sweet spot with me, and I love their games, and I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited for this expansion. How about you guys?
What about you, Nova?
The first thing I noticed, it said that they were talking about like Starfield hasn't fared well as of late with the game player count decreasing over the time. Many gave up waiting around for a major expansion. So I'm not necessarily a Starfield player just yet. I'm noticing that there's there's tons of products out here, man, that maybe I'm just sleep on. I think Starfield is definitely one of those. I think Skyrim is one of those for me.
Oh my God, Nova.
The Fallout series is, definitely. So I got some catching up to do, man. So I don't really know how much of the game, and things to do will last you for this year, because like you guys said, this game just came out in September, so that wasn't that long ago. And from what I know from the outside looking in, right, like sure, you'll have like a 25-hour main storyline, but from what I heard, there's tons of things to do throughout the world by way of like side quests and things of that nature. So it's surprising for me to read that people are like wanting more content. I felt like it was jam-packed full of content. So if you don't mind, like Gamzly or Skell, can y'all help me like understand like with the content that's in the game currently, right? How does it feel with the like do they give you enough content in the base game to keep you entertained for about 6 to 9 months until the expansion can come out, or a year? I'm gonna go to you first, Gamzly.
Yeah, well, I'll give Skell. I talked a lot, so I'll give Skell his.
Skell, go ahead.
Speak, and then I'll jump off him and give my thoughts.
Do 6 to 9 months. Okay, so I guess it would just come down to how much of the game you want to play, and we can just look at Viking, how he played the game. All right, has not even beat the main quest, has put so many hours into it, not even touching the main quest really. So just say for a player like him, he still has content. He hasn't beat it. And then once you beat it, there's choices, there's different endings. So you can play it again. There's new game plus, so you can play it again. I'm about to do, once I upgrade my PC, I'm giving it a run through just for benchmark and to do some different choices. I'm about to be a bad guy. That's what I'm saying. So you can go through it as a straight, like however you want to. So I feel like, let me see. Now if you're just going in, and you're playing this game and I'm talking non-stop, yeah, you may run out of content. Yeah, sure. But damn, how much you want?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, this game just came out, and apparently this game is massive, man, because Gamzly was talking about how, and I didn't read these reports, but if they are doing this, that's really cool how they're just, decided to potentially focus on the larger, bugs that come with the game, because these games are massive, and it's next to impossible to drop something like that doesn't have any type of issues, like it's a lot of different people working on, one large product. So I'm just like, man, how much content do we want as a consumer?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think, man, this is we've been having as gamers, well, I won't speak for all gamers, but I used to play World of Warcraft a ton, right? The thing with us gamers is when we get obsessed with a game, we eat that game like 24 hours a day. We just shred through content. Like WoW, if you look at it, World of Warcraft used to have insane amount of content when it first came out. Like those raids were hours long, like hours. The dungeons were hours long too. Like, I mean, in old school World of Warcraft, normal dungeons were 45 to an hour. Like, depending how geared you were. Like, it was legit long, and we still, as gamers, complained about it because we just, when we get obsessed, we're like, man, give me more. And sometimes, like, it's just, it's so hard for developers to keep up with that demand. That's why so many MMOs die.
Yep.
That's why live service games die so quickly, because on a normal pace, right, it seems like a steady flow, and it seems like enough. But when you get those like fans that love it so much, they'll play it for 8 hours a day like a job. It's rough to keep up. And with Starfield, I don't really see the content, like the need for like more content. I think what I want to see happen is them give the modding community, finally give those guys the keys and say, here, take this. And you could drip whatever you want to drip in it. And we take our time. Like as a gamer that loves Bethesda games, I want them to take as much time as possible. I could wait on the content. For me to answer your question, I think for this specific game, they have enough content to satiate a hunger that is needed in this game. For me personally, how I consume this game. But I could see the want and the desire for more interesting variety within the quest structure and where they point you. So in that sense, yeah, I think it's time for some sort of update, but I don't think they need to make it a blowout and make it like extravagant. I think they just need to give us enough to nibble a little bit until the modders really get in there. I think they need to just open the freaking key for modders. I think that they have so much potential. Imagine, so Skell, you beat it, right?
Okay.
Main story? Main story.
Yeah.
Main story. Okay. There's this one thing that I'm not going to spoil for Nova, but there's one particular quest near the end that everybody talks about. That one, like it goes in and out of zones, if you know what I'm saying.
I do.
Imagine the modding community giving the keys, right? Imagine the modding community dropping a like Easter eggy, not direct, but Fallout themed shelter in that style.
Too easy.
Man, come on. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much potential there. And I think that's what the fans are thinking that digested this game, is that they're like, oh my God, we love this so much. There's so much potential. Give it to us, you know? I think it's just an eagerness to play more of these games.
And that's what I think at the end of the day is like, if y'all are complaining about content, you must have loved the content we gave. Like, y'all must have really ate it up. No, it's not a bad problem.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent perspective that Gamzly put it on, because it's not like it's like, oh well, I'm upset about this game. It's more of, hey, like I've really enjoyed this, so they may snap it up really quickly. And what this screams to me is, and Viking has actually said it in chat too, and Gamzly also mentioned it a time or two, says this it desperately needs mod support and a new storyline, which would be great, which all comes this fall. So like mod support, it feels like it should go hand in hand with this type of game, you know, like people are going to love it. People are going to fan person it, you know, go ahead and open it up to them so they can start creating their own assets or something that'll keep them entertained until you can drop the official hotness, you know, on the back end. So no, man, this is a good look.
Yeah, and Todd talked about it, you know, directly in the kind of funny episode. He said he shot some, like, he was directing it more about of Fallout, but he shot like a few comments of like modders coming in, like, you know, when they talked about Fallout content and what are you doing to like get content to people. He dropped lines like, you know, we have a community team, we have all these, you know, teams working with code development, you know, on code development and stuff like that, etc. We have plans, blah, blah, blah. And he said something along the lines of like, yeah, you know, modders, you know, they're visiting and this and that. And it's just like, wait a sec, like modders are visiting. And he also brought up Starfield in the Starfield topic, where he's like, you know, yeah, we're trying to get, Greg asked, you know, are you going to open up the creation club for, you know, Starfield? Not in those direct words. I'm not super quoting him there, but he said something along those lines, and Todd was very receptive to it and being like, yeah, you know, the modding community is important, and they clearly know, he loves that part. So I think it's coming sooner than later, and I think it's going to be glorious because, as I said, Fallout vaults on planets, like Skyrim areas. Like, come on, man, it's people are going to make it.
Yeah, people are going to make it for sure. I think I agree for sure that it definitely needs mod support. It's the time. I think when a game first comes out, you don't have to have mods. Let people play the whole game as it is. But after about a year, when they've maxed it out, especially this type of game where it's so known, especially the Skyrims and the older games with having mods in them, how much better it made those games. People are fiending for mods. So I understand. Even me, I went back and played some Skyrim stuff and had some mods on. I was like, oh, damn, this is almost a new game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit. I got Thomas the Train Engine is the dragon now.
Yeah, Nova, like, I don't know the game, like the type of gamer you are and what you really grab onto in games, but when you look at Bethesda games and their worlds, whether it's this, Starfield with the sci-fi theme, Bethesda, Fallout with the post-apocalyptic, and Skyrim, etc., with the high fantasy and all that stuff, the mindset is also very important. How you approach these games. So if you say, I'm going to approach Fallout 76 because I love this game, don't expect it to be the hardcore RPG that a Fallout normal would be. Don't take it with that approach. Take it as the approach of a community game. That's the beauty of Bethesda games. They all play differently, so don't expect one to be super like the same as the other one. They're not. So if you like sci-fi is your vibe, and you like that kind of HUD world kind of feel, you go Starfield, right? You hop into Starfield. It's going to be a lovely experience. Don't expect too much. And just let it take you on a ride, because I think as gamers, we're really starting to lose that sensibility of like our own brain just taking everything in as it should be or as it is, and experience it as it is, and going through your play style. And we tend to have it mixed up and have ideas that this game should be like this game and this game should look like this game, and then you have your scores in your head and a bunch of noise coming from outside sources. Go in these worlds and play it the way you want to play, and experience it the way you would experience a game like that in that genre, and you're going to have a freaking blast. I can't wait for you to jump into any of these games with a open mindset and experience this, because you're about to get taken on a ride of hilarious storylines, man. Hilarious storylines.
Yeah, I've definitely been asleep. I feel like I've been asleep. There's so many good games, man, and I'll keep it real with you, man. The thing that put me off the Fallout series, this is very, very petty, man.
Yeah.
I saw that it took they did the little slowdown, and then it took 4 or 5 headshots, and I was at that point, I was like, nope.
Percentages?
Yeah, I was like, nope, that was it for me.
That's because they were trash. That's the thing. You have to level that up.
Exactly.
They're just, and that shit is crazy to see though. So okay, these are headshots. Click, click, click. Miss. Okay, I'm out.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
So
it's like you're terrible. You're terrible. Like you have terrible perks, and you have your pistol, but you can't shoot a pistol for shit. So getting a headshot's 10%. And you're like, oh man.
See, that'd be my thing in a lot of these games, because my preferred way of playing the Bethesda games is to be a talker. I like to charisma up. I'm talking my way out of everything. I'm not fighting. I'm winning by talking. I'm convincing.
You're putting on your suit with glasses.
Oh yeah. I don't need shit, because I'm talking my way out of this. If I fuck up, I'm dead.
You're shooting, or a bat, whichever, a machete,
whatever I can hold, because my stats are so catered towards fucking charisma and shit. But
you just get murdered.
That's why I like, man. I love how, and to your point, Gamzly, how Bethesda now they've given you every version of a game. People who wanted Skyrim, they wanted Skyrim with guns, so they got Fallout, and then Fallout people, I want Fallout in space on modern, and I gave you Starfield. It's bro, you literally can go into every realm, and it's all good, every single one.
Yeah, they have their quirks. They have their falls, right? Usually, and that's what's frustrating about being a gamer, because you see the potential, but there's limitations to that. It's like if you want a Fallout game to feel like a God of War, but you want the mechanics of Fallout and you want the cinematics of God of War and all that stuff, to combine those two is so hard and it takes so much money and time that it's almost impossible. It's not going to happen. But we as fans, we see that and we want that. We're like, my God, can't you just run like a freaking Mario? Can you just run like a Mario game, perfect and fluid, and have these big stories and big cinematics, but also have this mechanic and this mechanic? It's like, it's so unrealistic. But if you are a person that loves picking up everything and you love detailing your games, you love creating your own ideas and your own fun and jumping headfirst into things and seeing what happens, I mean, Bethesda, look no further. I mean, Bethesda is going to give you that experience. So
agreed. Love those games. I'm going to be so all in on anything they drop. I'm just all in no matter what. I love it every time too. Like whenever I can't wait till Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. Goodness.
Bro, that's why I'm so ready for even Fable, man. Anyway. But nothing else to say on Starfield DLC there. For me.
Good to hear, man. We're all pretty hyped. That's good questions you were talking about. Especially, it's good to hear a perspective of someone who hasn't played them too, because you're hearing how all of it is taken in, and it seems
FOMO's getting you.
The thing is, you're in such a good spot though, because you don't have to deal with any of the bad shit. You're only going to get perfected versions of the game.
Yeah.
So
like Fallout 76, like I'm going to get a chance to play that game, after the issues that it had, and like, I'm not going to lie, like Gamzly's he's not lying, man. He's like, I'm seeing all these people have a good time with this product. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with me, low-key? Like, this is obviously great. I watched a TV show. I'm like, this is fire. The story is fire. I'm like, did I really miss out, off of something so small as a few bullets being missed, and I didn't even give it the proper chance to be like, yo, like, maybe this is the beginning of the game and this is not going to be what the whole game is going to be. Yeah,
but it's not your fault, Nova. It's crazy because it's not your fault. We tend to say, oh, it's my fault. Did I miss something? Did I do that? Yo, there's legit like moods. Like moods do change, right? Tastes change, everything changes. And at one point you might not like it, but then tomorrow you wake up, you play it again, you're like, oh my God, you have a different mind space, you have a different look on it. Maybe something clicks that didn't click, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God. But it happens in all games. Recently, I could point to a game that happened. I've been trying to complete The Witcher 3 forever.
Ooh.
Okay? I've been trying to play that freaking game forever, and I beat it on freaking Nintendo Switch, and that's what it took. Mobility with it. I was able, like for some odd reason, like when I was sitting on my desk where I get back from work, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, my dog yapped at me for freaking food or something all day. I'm a little frustrated. When I sit down on my couch, sometimes I don't want to play a game. I go for TV or something like that. And I would always go to Witcher 3 on those moments and be like, man, I'm not in it, and I always would drop it. But then one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy this on Switch. Okay. And I'm going to Japan and I want to play something. So I'll download this and give it another shot. And lo and behold, I'm in a good mind space. I have my surroundings perfect. I dock it. I mean, I don't dock it. I put it on the seat. I play handheld mode, and I'm just like, not handheld mode, but tabletop mode. And I'm having a blast, and I beat it all the way through. And I freaking love that game now.
It's
so
good.
Sometimes it's a mood, man. Sometimes it's a mood. And if you're in the mood, if you're seeing Fallout and the FOMO's hitting you, chances are it's going to be double hit. You're going to be like, oh, I get the world now also, because it's always confusing. I get the world. It's good entry point. Boom. I'm there. I'm playing. I'm having a blast.
Nah, man, that makes perfect sense, man. I was trying to come from my own neck, and Gamzly said, wait a second, be kind to yourself, big fella.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It
may come around later. Yeah, it may come around
go play
later.
that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it, man, and I can finally go into this next season of my life with these Bethesda games with my chest sticking out because Gamzly said so. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
But that's all I had to say about the DLC, brother.
Bethesda, give me money.
There it is.
Where's my money?
What do I have to say about it? I'm stoked. Can't wait. I'm literally in the process of upgrading my PC. Dude, my PC, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, could barely. I was getting like 30, 40, sub 20 frames. It was not running the best. That game was a hog on mine. So now about to run it back. I can't wait. DLC fire. Can't wait to get back into that world, man. I'd like Bethesda games. There's so many small details. Like if you really just look around in the world, you will get sucked in doing the most random things for so long. I cannot wait to get sucked. Bethesda games are my favorite Christmas games. Like when I go home for Christmas, I go see my family and stuff, and I just don't have anything to do and stuff like that. I'm playing Bethesda games all day. It's just, it's what I love. So,
and shout out, what do you think about you both? Do you think, because they mentioned in wording different display options or whatever the hell that means in the interview, do you think that the 60 FPS patch is coming with the update, or like the June showcase, or is it coming with like a quick update which is supposed to release this week? Do you think we get 60 FPS for Starfield soon on consoles?
It's just my only thing is like it's just so I just understand why consoles aren't getting the 60. Like these games are just tough to run. So and I'm not gonna lie, Starfield running at 60 on a console sounds fucking amazing. Like it doesn't even sound real, to be really honest. I've never played a Bethesda game. Man, I don't know about that though. I'm gonna just be honest. Growing up, I've never even played, but before I got my PC, I never played a Bethesda game in 60 frames. It's only been 30 because I've always been on consoles. I don't even know what those games look like at 60 personally. But it was, I don't know, man. I just feel like these games are really tough to run at 60 right now. And Starfield is no weakling.
Yeah. How about you, Nova?
Man, for me, like I don't know the ins and outs of the game, so I don't know how heavy it would be to run it. But I would like to imagine that it'll be a pretty heavy game to run, considering that how the sizability of it, how everybody looks, the amount of content that you have in the game. It running at 60, maybe, but I don't know. It sounds like a difficult feat, man. Especially when we're talking about like Hellblade 2 being locked at 30 for some type of like cinematic effects and things like that. So if they can get it up to 60, and maybe it has some type of variable refresh rate, so you might get 60 40, it's not locked. I don't know if they can lock it though, man. Do you think that they would be able to lock that though, Gamzly?
Lock it at 60? I don't know. I think, like I said on the top, I think that time is a factor. I think with time and with more time comes more optimization in the hardware space and all that stuff in the software space. So I believe they could find tricks to get that mode going. And they just needed the time, and we got what we got until they fixed it. But
so you think it should ran at 60 out the box then? It could have ran at 60. They were trying to get it like right.
I think so. That was always the case, right? Like if we're being real, I think they needed time for optimization, and they couldn't get it going on consoles, and they had it good on PCs, and I think they just needed more time. That's just the hard life of devs, right? They need time and budget. So we can argue that they had the time and they had the budget. Of course. I don't want to like give them a pass for it, but I think they could lock it somewhere close to 60, if not like at least 45, at least,
Well, quickly, like, would you be happy if they decided to do a different graphics mode, just like how PlayStation did with Final Fantasy VII?
I think that's
with
the way.
A 30, 30 drop the graphic fidelity, and you'll be happy.
Yeah, okay. I think so. I'm that gamer. I play on the Switch most of the time, and I actually have a lot of time on my Lenovo Go. Like I've always been that gamer. I don't really care about the FPS. I never did. You could find old records of me saying this for years and years and years. I never cared about it. So for me personally, it doesn't really bother me. Even if they had to go 900p to run it at 60, I wouldn't see nothing, right? Right. So For me, I'm good. As long as you get a steady 60, I'm good. It'll look good no matter what, man. It'll look good. That game is special. It has a distinct art style like most Bethesda games, and they have that. They have a strange beauty to them that I can't really explain. I just like looking at them, and it's gritty and weird, and I love it. So whatever they do, whatever they could run it at, I'm happy with it. You know, boost that, get that to 60 for the 60 lovers, and make compromises where you need to, and hopefully they could do that with time.
Dope.
It's good, man. I can't wait to see what happens. I also think maybe they will have later down the line more DLC for next gen hardware and stuff. Starfield on a handheld running at 60 or something like that.
45 for sure. 45, I think they could do it at 45. Lenovo right now, you could lock it to 30.
Really?
Oh yeah, close to 30. Yeah, you'd have to go to 720p.
Yeah.
But to my eyes, I'm like on a small screen.
Yeah, that's still high definition at the end of the day, and the screen is so small you can't really tell too much.
Exactly, and that's what gets me blowing the horn. You know what I mean? Don't snip that. I swear to God. But yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, get that running on a handheld. Easily could hit a 720, especially with newer chips out there. AMD's killing it on their APUs. Nvidia has some secret sauce going on in the background. We know that Intel's in the game making interesting moves, and we know ARM is there and ready to go. So yeah, I don't see why not.
And AI being developed specifically inside of chips and things of that nature to help with some of these heavy loads
and this and that. It's all possible. All right, y'all. I think that was good on the Starfield. That's glad we're all excited. Bethesda, we love you. Let me get this right quick. Bounty. Wagwan. I'm 1,000 hours in, and I only did 3 gameplay plus and have all achievements. I'm pretty much doing bounties now slowly. See? Yeah, man. You can do that. Do you see what he says? 1,000 hours.
1,000 hours, man.
That's
crazy.
It was probably natural, not forced. He just likes the game. Those universes that just are nice to be in because they're so lively. You feel like you're really in those universes. There's whole side stories going on, family stuff happening. Your consequences matter down the line. You come back and stuff is different because you did something. Like it's great.
It's crazy. It's crazy, and he got that 1,000 hours on a game that is in his service. It's crazy stuff. And if he didn't like it, guess what? You drop it, and you move. So shout out to that 1,000 hours of goodness.
1,000 hours, love it. Appreciate that donation. To all go to the kids. Thank you very much. So guess we'll move on to the next one. Nova, take it away.
Yes, sir, man. So Mike Straw over at The Verge decided to hit us with a rumor, man. So Nintendo Switch 2 will be backwards compatible and support 4K, it's claimed. Right? So the Nintendo Switch 2 news continue to come out. This time the information is from the peripheral maker MobaPad about the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con controllers, backwards compatibility, and the 4K resolution plans for this next gen console that we have coming out by Nintendo. Allegedly, this is pure rumor and speculation, so take it with a grain of salt. This comes as a second piece of news from this specific company. They also talked about the magnetic suction that is achieved through electromagnetic magnetism technology for the Joy-Con. It sounds wild, right? Because they definitely said suction. You know what I mean?
Get that suction going.
Yeah. Like, bro, this is electromagnetism. Like, where the suction coming from? But I digress. You know what I mean? That's what they said. They said this is how it's happening out here. But it says that besides the suction that comes with the Joy-Cons, they said that Nintendo is also in the process of developing the
blow
4K
sensors.
Yeah, no,
the blows. Okay,
the blow sensor. Not the blow sensor, but it says that it'll come out with some new Joy-Cons for the next one, which will adorn some metal SL and SR buttons, which I'm kind of concerned about, man. The current Joy-Cons that doesn't have these features, man, they run from about $25 to $70. So I'm a little concerned about this, right?
Yeah.
But it says that the company, well, it'll be able to play the old Nintendo Switch cartridges as well to have the backwards compatibility, which says a little bit about, you know, how this new console is going to be getting fed games. And it said that it can support 4K content while docked. So, yeah, my first question to you, Skell, I want to say, how does a company that's known for making peripherals such as these, how would they know about 4K, the backwards compatibility, and the additional components of this apparent next-gen console? Can you help me?
I guess they've had time. I don't know how they could. The 4K. I don't even see that. I don't see that. I don't know how they do that, how they get that. Would love that. Don't see that. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it in this way, like, man, like maybe there's some type of technical specs or some technical docs sitting around somewhere that maybe they can see, like, all right, well, maybe the controllers are to this spec, and you know, if you want to read more into the docs, you can see, all right, this cartridge is the same thing as the last one, you know, so on and so forth. So maybe something like this, man. But it's just interesting to see that they're like, all right, well, besides the suction of the Joy-Cons, we got these other cool, interesting things that we're going to release to the public. And do you think that they would potentially have like an NDA or something like that, Skell, like that prevent information like this from coming out?
You think that, boy? You think somebody's in trouble or somebody's in trouble for sure. I don't know who, when, where. Somebody's getting in trouble. I ain't gonna lie. Anytime I hear about some Nintendo leak, somebody is getting in trouble. I'm surprised we get any leaks from them.
They're probably looking at this right now with AI. They're like, get him, get him.
I am shocked though. It's just Nintendo is usually so close knit and they don't play. We've done 2 topics recently on them banning stuff and making sure no one can get in their thing. So the fact that we know all this. It may be real. I think it's too real to not be
specific with the magnet, like the magnet stuff
and the metal buttons. It's a little too specific.
Well, the Hall stick joysticks could be predicted because every single handheld that's being made right now and controller are going that way with the magnetic like sticks. So that it relieves drift like that. Those are all like those are the craze right now with controller makers and
like Hall effect Chinese, or something like that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. But attaching magnetically sounds very specific for. It's interesting because I could see it work. As long as it slides in still. Yeah. I see it work. As long as there's still like some sort of track to slide it, and then it just clips on with magnets. So many things do that I'm that's the one I'm like, oh, this might be real because magnet stuff with earbuds to watches to all this stuff, it makes sense. Definitely there's some design flaws as of with all things, but magnets tend to be very safe. You see it with phones too, like all the MagSafe stuff. Like,
true,
it just works, right? So, yeah, I think it's true.
Yeah. Okay, well, I did have a concern there because I have the Switch, the OG Switch, man, and my controllers, my Joy-Cons will actually slide in and out without even pressing the buttons in the back of the Joy-Con to release it, man. So this really concerned me.
Yeah, but maybe that's why they're doing that.
I think so.
I think it's a design flaw because see, like if those are broken and you're not having to push them out, they're just sliding out of people's hands, right? Yeah. But the magnet thing, like I have a right here, like right in front of me. You can't see. Okay, I have a Gengar pop socket thing that is MagSafed to my phone case. Okay, and it's pretty solid. I could wave that thing around. I could throw it around. It's solid. So if they could really get that, at least, to slot it in with a gliding system, and then just hard magnets to lock it in there, it might be even safer than and more cost effective to, for repairs and stuff like that. So I don't know.
No,
Less mechanisms in your stuff, the better, to be honest.
I'm very curious on the magnet, man. First thought on the magnet is that, when the Switch came out, the whole thing was like the snap. So now I think it's going to be like, it's going to like, with a nice little click or something. I'm just curious. I can't wait to see the promotion for how they're going to show that off. Like, I just, like I said, Nintendo is full of innovation. Even I love hearing this stuff, because even if it's real, it's going to be so cool. This shit is going to be cool. I don't care what nobody says. I still remember when I saw the Switch for the first time, I was like, this is one of the coolest things.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
Life. Right. And you think like stuff isn't going, like, it shouldn't work, but they make it work, man. I love Nintendo for that. So one thing I was curious as to, so they're in there, how easy are they to come off? Like, can you just go like this and they're off now? So it can't be like that, because you can just drop in the whole Switch at that point, right?
It has to be a slide of some sort.
It has to lock in, right? Okay, so
that's some sort of slide. Yeah.
So it still gives you that, and now and as well as going in, it's like, how do you connect and disconnect magnet? It's like, that's not going to be a button press, I don't think. How are they going to? And how did they innovate that to make it be a smooth, seamless transition?
Well, if it's an electromagnet, you know what I mean, you can just not run the electricity through it, because it'll engage with electromagnetism, right?
Oh, so you still have a button kind of, and
it'll de-electrify the magnet. But no, like, I think what Gamzly said, like, as far as like having both, you know what I mean, I think that's an excellent idea, man, because I think it's good to press a button and it, I can slide it on and off, but if the button is not working and it's just still sliding without me pressing the button, it defeats the entire purpose.
Right.
What if instead of gliding down to lock, what if they get it to glide up to lock? And have like the guardrail like closed off on the top, so when you're holding it, it's not gonna just slide, right?
Yeah,
maybe.
And then while it's in your hand, like, and gravity will keep it down too.
Exactly.
So you're not worrying about it sliding
I mean,
from each direction. Yeah, no, that's a great idea, man.
That is a good idea.
But my concern for this device, though, is 4K, right? So we all have Switches, and we see how it struggles to put out the pixels for real. We are all loving it, So what would this device have to look like? Because I feel like it's gonna have to get some size, man. I don't think it can be that slim, and still be that capable. What do you think, Gamzly? I see you have something going on in your mind.
Yeah, I want to speak to this because I wish I had the device here, but I don't. I think I debuted it on your show too. Like, I showed it off. Like, the things coming out of China right now, like the AI Neo and the JPD devices. I think what is gonna happen is that they're gonna sacrifice a little bit of thickness. Right? Instead of being such a slim device, they're gonna have it kind of be a little bit thick but ergonomic. That's a way they could do it, because my JPD thing that looks like a PS Vita, it's very small, compact, it's powerful, but it is a thick boy. But I think engineers at NVIDIA could slim down the chipsets and make it efficient enough and all that stuff to a point where they don't have to be so giant, right? Like, it's actually customized for a form factor and for certain things like that, and with that in mind, or if they're going like some sort of ARM chip or something. I don't know. We don't know what chip system is going to be there. I think they said it, right? Tegra. So it is NVIDIA. It's like a Tegra 66 something. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's in the leak somewhere, but they were talking about some sort of Tegra chip again with NVIDIA. So it just makes sense, increase the thickness and increase the screen. So you have a little bit, it might have bezels again, but increase the size, the length or whatever. Make it a little bit bigger and overall, and you should have no problem. These devices that I'm talking about right now, including Lenovo, like they're getting Lenovo gets close to what is it 20 it's 24 by something, I don't know. It has a ridiculous pixel count that it cannot use because it would run like crap, but it is possible to get these chips to run a Nintendo game at 4K. I think we're safe with the 4K stuff for Nintendo games, right?
Point,
yeah, but I don't see it. I think old generation games, maybe they get it running maybe 4K, the 25 frames or something.
I was gonna say, what frame rate are we running at this time?
I think that's a possibility. I don't think that's going to be the way to play most of the games, but we see that it doesn't really matter to some gamers, right? They'll just the convenience on the go game time. They'll take it, maybe game sliders are a thing too, performance modes, get it to 720, get it to 4K and run, like I said, like you said, run it at 25 frames, maybe gives the player some choice to run it at 1980, keep the frame rate good. Just because it's 4K when it's docked doesn't mean every target has to be 4K for all developers. I think for Nintendo games specifically, it will be 4K and it will run quite well.
I think their stuff is going to run excellent. Anything they put out will be great.
My thing is, what really pops out of the page here is that they're making this thing backwards compatible, which I had doubts with. But not only that, which I'm happy about, but I'm sad that it says on this page that, the Joy-Cons will be backwards compatible, they think, but only by Bluetooth, not connecting, right?
Yeah,
that's the
wirelessly
downside, right? So
because they said the new ones are larger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the new controllers, like the Pro controllers, will be usable undocked and Bluetoothed, but the old controllers sliding in won't work. So obviously, I'm curious on how that works. Maybe adapters to slide in magnetically and activate Bluetooth. Like
Amazon going to have it, whatever kind of
like you just slide them in magnetically, tink, and then you slide the controllers inside and you just play it. Like
because we all saw what happened when it came to the what was it, the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the console, and then there was a third party company that came out with that later on. You know what I mean? See, we just got us a dono.
Hey, Angry Hippie just jumped in from the beginning. Why does Gammy look like he's from Bootleg Bad Boys movie?
Yo,
bad boys.
Explain yourself.
I'm Viking. What do you mean? Yeah. Shout out to you. Thanks for the 5, bro. Just saying that.
Appreciate the 5, man.
Thank you for
going to a good cause.
Absolutely. For the kids.
For the kids. But no, Gamzly, like you came out with tons of good information about this, because specifically it's gonna be running Nintendo games at 4K. So when I initially thought, I'm thinking of the most highest fidelity games known to man at 4K, which made it a huge device in my mind, to be honest, man. And also, you brought up another good point when it came to the PS Vita. I own the PS Vita too, and they were able to fit quite a bit into that small form factor. They had a touch screen on the front and the back of the system, and it was still pretty small. So, man, that does give me definitely some hope for the next gen console they have. And the backwards compatibility would be super dope too. So
it looks like all good news except for like the Joy-Cons, like the 5 million Joy-Cons you have right now won't work with it attached. I think that's the big bummer, but I think that is an easy solution for accessory companies to fix. I really do.
Definitely. Yeah. Get us a nice little middleman there. So, Skell, what do you think about like what a system like this Nintendo would have to drop? What would it have to look like, man? What would it feel like?
I think it'll feel similar to a Switch. It'll be a little thicker. I think they're going, as long as it's not as big as a ROG or the Lenovo, as long as it's smaller than those, is what they're going for to me. They can be, and that gives them a lot of leeway because, dude, a Switch compared to those things is like real night and day. You know what I mean? Like the Switch is really, it's actually a really slim, good looking device. You know what I mean? It's good, but them ROGs and everything big, but they have the power. So I think they're going to give a little bit of, as they said in chat, girth. So give it a little bit of that. Yeah. And I think you can do it. And I think it said that they're making it an 8-inch screen. And I think the OLEDs are 7 inches. So it's already going to be a little bigger. So I think it's just going to be, as long as they keep it smaller than the most powerful handhelds out right now, and then make it a little bit bigger than their old one, and then have their IPs, I think they can do it. And knowing that it's 4K docked, right? Because off of it is what, 1080, 1080p? Yeah, they got it.
I think they say that only because the screen itself on the device handheld wise won't be 4K. It'll be a 1920 screen, right? Let's say. And then when you dock it, if you have a 4K TV, it's 4K.
It's 4K.
Right? Yeah. So I think that's what they are alluding to there. Like it won't be
similar to what they're doing now.
Yeah, that's all right.
Exactly. Am I able to? I can't present anything. Can I share my screen? Is that a possibility right now, or will it break stuff?
Let's see. Give it a try. What you think, Scott?
Let's see.
Try it.
Share.
It's not nothing too crazy, is it? I was about to say.
No, it's not. Come on, I wouldn't do that to you guys. Let's try. Okay, I'm clicking a button. Share screen. Let's see what happens. Okay, everything looks fine. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Can you see this? Oh, it pops up over there.
Yep. Let me add it to the stage, and then we're gonna do.
There you go. Okay, so this device that I was talking about, that PS Vita GPD like look-alike. So that device, you see that? So it's super sleek, right? The dimensions look very similar, but when you turn it. Like when you turn it this way, you see its girth. It's like really thick, but that's also because there's a sliding keyboard in here, right?
Oh, so I missed those.
Me too.
Yeah. So you could flip that screen up over here. You could flick it up, and there's a full size QWERTY keyboard thing. So if you remove that mechanism, you could get these devices quite small. And this thing right here that you're seeing could play everything at 1920, 45 FPS right now on medium settings on Steam.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Mostly everything. Yeah. Like God of War, I mean, Spider-Man, all that stuff runs pretty well on this. That's a dig on Steam. But yeah. There you go. So these things could, get quite powerful and show the right input. There you go.
Oh man, that's dope, man. That actually makes me very hopeful for the future too, because they're getting stronger and stronger, and that's letting me know that hey, like in the future, I'm gonna be able to play some more and more powerful games on the go.
I do have a question though. So it said, I think I was reading, it said backwards compatibility for cartridges. But what about online or digital downloads?
Well, in the past, Nintendo's been pretty good with letting us keep some of our stuff. When it comes to the Nintendo eShop.
Yeah, they said also that they set up that back end, right? And they called it out in an investor meeting, or I'm sure could be wrong on that, but they shouted it out saying like, yeah, with backward compatibility moving forward, with the Nintendo account, we're set up for that scenario, not really confirming or denying anything. So I think on the digital side, if anything, they're pretty safe. I think you're going to be able to bring your library because of the Nintendo account and what they did in the back end.
Yeah.
But the cartridge thing is where I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, if they said that in the past before, and they're saying this right now, and this leak confirms that the cartridge is going to be like a 3DS versus DS thing, and you could kind of slot them in, and they're just different sizes. I have no doubt they're thinking that your digital library will function the same way. It's account tied, right? So if you have an account, you could access it, just like the current consoles. I think that's what they're doing.
I'm hoping
you'd like to hope. You praying,
yeah, hoping because most of my content on my Switch is digital. I'm not even gonna lie. I have some cartridges, but a lot of it's digital. So,
Nah, man, no, that's gonna be huge.
That is,
man. But so we're talking about some of the old content, carrying on. So I'm gonna throw it to you, Scale. Like, how long are you willing to play Mario Kart 8? Is you going to play it on the next one as well, or
it seems like we're all playing it still. It's just gonna look bad.
Yo, like 68 millions of us, all right, Nova?
Yeah.
Million.
If they don't drop a new Mario Kart, man, we're stuck. I just think if they don't drop it quickly with the new console, we're stuck with it.
They start catching on. They're like, we could charge for DLC stuff. Yeah.
Forever. And they could, and they would, and they will. And oh man, that makes me sick to my stomach to think about. But man, Nintendo, come on, don't do us like that, man. Just give us the 9 and we'll be good. Switch 2, Mario Kart bundle. Like, come on, man. It's easy. Yeah. But the backward compatibility actually scares me with that. So now they said, no, you can still play. You can still play it though. What do you mean? Like,
pop it back in.
They've done it in the past. Remember when Nintendo actually was pretty good with the backwards compatibility stuff, only with like their handhelds, but like they were really good with that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're really good at letting you take your ecosystem where you want to. Like I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is probably one of the only big games that I really wanted for the Switch that I didn't buy again because I bought it for the Wii U. I couldn't bring myself, because I bought like the season pass and everything on the Wii U. Like everything that comes after this, I was supposed to have it, but then they just dropped it on the next console and I got effed. But
yeah. Too bad. But
yeah, I think Nintendo feels.
And I buy it again.
Buy it again. Still
was that all that was the topics, right? The main 3.
That's it, man.
Can we do we have enough time to segue into a Square Enix topic?
Yeah. Go for it.
Do we have enough time? Could we do that?
Let's do it.
Yeah, no, the Switch 2 is actually getting me excited. It just made me think about it because it's getting me excited because, as we said before, like the walled garden things are crumbling for third parties. Like they want to be everywhere, right? And I think that the Switch 2 is going to prompt a bunch of developers. I'm looking at you, Square, to release on everything. And I think Switch 2 is the big punch in the face for movement with Square. I think they start looking at Nintendo very seriously again. And I think they give, if anyone's getting a Final Fantasy, I think it starts with Nintendo. And I think they get 16 or 7 remake or something. I think they get that. And that opens the floodgate because they know that they could get Japan there and put it on PC. Yeah. Because it's growing, and I think that's going to be the first sign of Xbox coming in hot. I think they learn from that data to be like, yeah, why not make it for another, everybody? I think that kicks down the door.
And that'll fall in alignment too, man, when you think about it, because Square Enix has been talking about maybe developing some games that's a little bit less as high, graphic fidelity, so they can try to release a little bit, man. We've all played a little, some less graphic fidelity Final Fantasies. Crystal Chronicles is one that immediately comes to mind when I think of one. So, they can definitely do something like that. And they're supposed to be getting 4K, so hey, man, it could be a perfect time because they just said that they're going to lose like 140 just from the games that they're having to cancel, $140 million. So,
It's crazy because, you look at Steam Deck right now, and Steam Deck is running Final Fantasy VII Remake at 30, and that thing is getting really old for handheld standards right now. It's not old, it's not crazy garbage, but it's definitely a capable device, and these devices are going to be even more capable. Switch 2 is going to be even more capable, and no doubt they could get, 16 on there and running pretty well. There's no doubt. I think they can do it, and I think the money they get from that will open their eyes and be like, maybe our big franchise is the only way to go up. And I'm gonna look at you, Viking. It's not an old man game thing. It's a visibility thing, day and date on the biggest platforms in the world, and one of those is the Nintendo Switch, and I don't think they could ignore it anymore. And they could do it, and cloud gaming helps. You could cloud game to it. You can whatever. There's so many things that are going on right now that could make things run on a Switch or mobile devices right now. I think it's the time to grow your audience, and the only way to do that is get it on more devices. And the Switch, man, is hot, and 2 is gonna fly off the shelves. It's the way to grow your franchise. You need to just be everywhere. Yeah,
definitely, and not necessarily always, like you said, play it natively. Like the cloud gaming is coming up too. So as long as they have access, man, it'll be a good look for everybody involved for sure.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Square for being.
Do we
weird.
talk? About? We have about 5 minutes. Y'all want to talk about the Square thing a little bit, or we're like cutting it close?
Man,
I think we did. I think we did a little bit there, right?
Yeah, I think we got
it. With that. Cool. Well, hey, first off, Gamzly, thank you very much for joining us in our time of need with the absence of Mr. Viking. We appreciate you. Appreciate you blowing the horn. Viking,
you're welcome.
IOUs.
Yeah, get on my OnlyFans. My OnlyFans has a lot of feet, but also horns. So I don't know if you like that.
You got shields too. You know what I'm saying? You never know what you gonna get. You might get some shades. You know what I mean? Might pull up for you.
Here we go. Here, wait. I got the Viking pose. Hold on. You like that?
Nah, leave them on, man. You gotta let us know where we can find you with the shades on, man. You gotta do the whole shebang.
All right, I got it. You're right here. I'm wearing the shirt and everything. Let me kick that up. You can follow me on X and figure out what I'm doing. I post a lot there. I post our content there all the time. So on X, it's Gamzly, TKD, all one line. And every Thursday, I'm on Gaming Arcadia YouTube channel with Asa and Deadly Headley. We do a lot of good stuff there. We have a lot of good community nights. We have a lot of good exclusive content there. I co-host the Xbox Series podcast that's going on episode 3 next Thursday at 3 p.m. So find me every Thursday at 3 p.m. There. We talk about games. We talk about Xbox. No controversial stuff. Just having a good time and trying to focus on the platform we love, and no crazy stuff, just a lot of shit talk, a lot of fun, and Brotato's amazing. Asa, if you watch this one day, you know Brotato is the best game ever. So yeah, that's where you can find me, and Boom Show every Monday for lunchtime at 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes,
there you go.
Appreciate that, Gamzly. Nova.
Yes, sir.
The ever-burning flame.
As Razor like to call me.
As Razor
Shout out to Razor, man.
Shout out to Razor. Let them know where they can find you at.
Man, I go by Supernova. You can find me on X, Twitter. Man, I'm not doing the X thing, bro. Twitter. You can find me on Twitter, as you can see it on the screen. Shout out to Gamzly for coming through again. This gentleman is everywhere, man. And I noticed you have, you got the privs, man. If any place that anybody can find you and you got links, bro, go ahead and don't be afraid to drop them in the chat right now. And then we'll also add those links. Throw those in there. And then we'll also add those links to the description as well, man. So that people can know where to find you, because you be everywhere, man. You be out here cleaning up.
I'm trying.
Yeah, man. But no, but as for the chat, man, thank you all for coming out, man, and appreciate it. We have about 300 people. We're bouncing around. We was at 301 to 296. If you haven't already, man, go ahead and hit that like button. I saw somebody earlier said that they didn't get the notifications, man, so they popped in here late. So if you don't have that, go ahead and click. Go ahead and click it for us, man. Appreciate it, man, because it's going to a good cause, man. We love y'all, man. Thank you for coming out, man, and appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Well, first I want to say shout out to all donations. We are halfway there, y'all. It is crazy. It's the kids are gonna just be in shock when they get this Game Pass. Imagine how many games they about to get. But thank you again.
More than 100, right? That's the tally.
Easy. But thank you guys for joining in, man. We really appreciate you. I love your take on everything, man. You're sick. Appreciate you a lot.
Thank you.
I go by BLAQQ SKELLINGTON with 2 Qs. You can catch me on YouTube and Twitch, streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. You just see me playing Valorant and some other game for sure. Come check me out. To the 290 people still in here. If you're watching on Twitch, hop over to that YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Thank y'all very much, man. And I think we about to roll out of here.